Welcome to Running on Reddit r/Bridezillas, where the craziest brides and wedding stories are shared on Reddit. Made a throwaway for this just in case. I'm not the bride, but as a friend of hers I heard about this situation. The bride wanted an adult-only wedding. She only invited one kid that's like 10 years old because she is inviting his parents and older brother and didn't want to split up the family. Well, she got this RSVP in the mail 5 days after the RSVP by date. Not only did they demand to bring their kid to the adults-only wedding, apparently they threw a tantrum on the phone, even after being told there would be no other children there, and the bride's mother-in-law just told them it was fine without talking to the bride first. They also demanded the 9-year-old be given an adult meal, because she's mature and won't like the kid's meal. They are not even related to the couple, just friends of the parents. I snapped a pic of the RSVP quickly when she showed me. I just couldn't believe anyone would be so entitled and rude. If I was the bride, I would have turned them away or had the mother-in-law pay for them. So my best friend of 14 years is getting married to her longtime partner, and, don't get me wrong, I'm happy for her, but she's no longer my friend, and I'm no longer her maid of honor. Other stuff happened, but first, I'm mixed but looking at me, I'm black and I dye my hair red. She loves the red, saying it looks good. We go bridesmaid dress shopping, and I'll let her use me as her model to see what would look good, and she chooses that moment to tell me I have to dye my hair a normal color because it doesn't match the color scheme she wants. She didn't even know what color she wanted. She then says I can't have my tattoos showing, the ones she kept complimenting, because it wouldn't go with the theme. I have 12 tattoos and 8 of them will be visible wearing a dress. Am I wrong to be angry with her over that? She claimed her OCD would flare up if I have red hair or my tats showing. By the way, she has tattoos as well. Sounds like the bride has very convenient and selective OCD to only now just start flaring up after 14 years. Just remember, if you got the save the dates, you still haven't received the official invite from us. We had to look over our numbers and decided if we haven't spoken to you in the last 6 months at all, or don't keep in contact at all, you won't be invited. I had to go over numbers last night and it's getting out of control, with a lot of it being our family. So until you receive our official invite in the mail, don't expect anything. And I'll be one of those people who do get it. I won't be chasing anyone up as I don't have the time with both jobs to run after you like my children. If you don't reply before those dates and haven't booked hotels, like I said, don't come to me to complain, because I don't want to hear it. The wedding already happened, and I'm still waiting to receive my official wedding invite. I'm at a wedding today, and the invitation said, ceremony starts at 11, reception starts at 2, food at 3:30. So we got here, along with quite a few other wedding guests, the bride and groom nowhere in sight. Turns out the ceremony doesn't start until 12. The vendors, officiant, and others working the wedding were told it was starting at 11 and now are standing around waiting. Not sure what's with the big gaps of time, but a word to the wise, please don't tell people to be here at a certain time and make them stand around. Maybe fudge the start time by like 20 minutes, but not a whole freaking hour. Update, it is now 11:57, and I just saw photographers taking picture of the bride's dress in front of the dress with no bride in it. Update 2. 12:07. Groom is here mingling with folks, majority of people are still standing around talking. Update 3. The DJ just got here and started playing music. People still standing around with no idea on what to do other than talk and hang out. Groom's still mingling with guests. Update 4. Wedding still has yet to start, and it's 12:24. Guests are at least seated now. Update 5. Groom came out from the house he was in and said 2 minutes. Update 6. Formally final update. Wedding finally started at 12:35. Keep in mind this was a tiny wedding of maybe 40 in attendance. Whole ceremony was 10 to 15 minutes, went really well. They told everyone to go down to the reception area down the trail to enjoy some light snacks. Overheard the bride ask the husband if he grabbed the cooler out of his car for what I'm assuming has the snacks in it. Now they are off taking photos for the next 2 hours. The girlfriend and I left and are grabbing lunch elsewhere and spending the rest of the day with our dogs outside. This nightmare is over for us. Edit. I'll ask my friends who stayed for the reception how the rest of this charade played out and inform you guys soon. Update 7. I messaged one of my buddies how is it going, and she said the couple had to run home and make a run to Walmart. But now refreshments are being served. Keep in mind, food isn't served for another 9 minutes from now. The ceremony was to be held under some trees, right next to the house, where the bride was getting dressed, with just a series of chairs lined up in the usual wedding fashion. But no other decor. Not even an altar at the front or anything signifying it was the front. Had it not been the direction for the chairs, we probably wouldn't know where to look. Everyone kept walking down to the barn thinking that's where the wedding would be, only to be sent back up to the house. Keep in mind, 50 yards there, 50 back. RIP to the ladies who wore heels today. Then the DJ was off to the side of the seating. Said DJ looked a little bit like one of the members from Bowling for Soup. He was playing music a full 5 minutes before the ceremony started. For those of you keeping the timeline, this was an hour and a half later, when most people were already standing around waiting. There was no food, drinks, snacks, or cover. The invitation said ceremony starts at 11 and there was nobody there giving out details or what was going on. Love how at 11:57, 3 minutes before the delayed wedding is supposed to start, OP just looks over and sees the bride's empty dress. Ceremony is starting in less than 5 minutes. Have the dress, just no bride. Let me know in the comments below if you would have stayed for that wedding. Hey, I'm having a wedding emergency. My photographer cancelled on me and I need a photographer bad. Your friend does weddings, right? She can help me? Hello. Sorry, I just tried to call you. Give me a call when you have a minute to talk. But yes, friend does weddings. But your wedding is this month, right? She's likely busy, but I can see what I can do. At least ask for you. It's sweet that you think someone who is planning a wedding would have time for a phone call. Just text me. The wedding is the 28th. Winter Wonderland theme. Lol. I get that you're stressed out, dumbiehead, but you don't need to be condescending. I'm trying to help you here. I sincerely doubt that she's available as that is prime Christmas holiday time, but the least I can do is ask. Her email is fake@email.com. You can also message her with details. Girl, one day you might get engaged and you'll be planning your wedding and you'll literally understand why I'm being this way. Sorry to offend. Anyway, there are a couple really key pieces of information that I think you should discuss with her. You're her friend, so it's probably better for you to talk to her about it. 1. I won't get my deposit back from the photographer until January 15th. So friend will need to give me a discount and then arrange with my original photographer for her to transfer my deposit to her when she can release it. The deposit was $2,500 and I see on her website that friend's prices start at $3,000. So if I give her $500, that should be satisfactory. My old photographer is Ashley, so she can find her details and discuss that. I literally don't have the time. 2. Ashley's style is my dream wedding photo style. I need friend to study her portfolio and practice that style so that I can still have my dream winter wonderland wedding. She was going to take me to Canmore for photos, so she will have to ask Ashley where the location is so that I don't miss out on my dream. It's going to be so beautiful with me in my gorgeous dress, surrounded by the snowy mountains. I'm sure she will get a bunch of followers from it too because Ashley has 157,000 followers on Instagram, and she's sure to get some if she has the same style. I will of course share the photos too and give the recommendation to my bridal group. They all love Ashley's style and were so jealous when I booked her. Her style is just stunning and gives that picture perfect Instagram style, you know? It's my dream to have this style of photos. Sounds like Bridezilla literally just doesn't have the time to be doing anything. Everyone else has to do it for her, including managing her own deposits and talking to her own photographers. If you like the content and want to support the channel, like and subscribe right now, or you'll be running on fumes. Right, so Best friend of many years got engaged, immediately asked me to be bridesmaid. Was thrilled for about 0.2 seconds until she said, "Ha, now I get to make you dress girly." Her list of requirements included dress, heels, I had to grow my hair to at least bob length, I had to dye my hair, I had to get a tan, fake or sunbed, and I definitely had to use body makeup to cover all my tattoos. Now readers, this was a gut wrencher. Anyone who knows me knows I'm an absolute tomboy who feels deeply uncomfortable wearing dresses etc. But hey, it's the bride's big day, right? I offered to do all except grow my hair. Not good enough. Apparently I would ruin her photos with my crap short hair. Arguments started. Texts and group chats aplenty telling me I was being stubborn, and it's for one day and I should suck it up. Back and forth for a while, but around that time, my dad was diagnosed with a terminal illness. We mutually agreed my dad was my priority and I stepped down from bridesmaid to guest. She asked me what me and my girlfriend would be wearing. I replied that we had tailor-made suits from a wedding last year and they would be perfect. She told me she didn't want everyone staring at the two lesbians in suits, and that everyone would be talking about us and taking attention away from her. People, I was gobsmacked. Girlfriend refused to even go. I told bride, unless she was telling all the guests what to wear she could duck right off. I went to the wedding, didn't want to be the booty hole who didn't show up, to be honest. It went swimmingly. An absolutely grand affair with no expense spared. I left after the first dance to get home to my kid. Had been there for 8 hours at this point and was told the next day that at the end of the party the bride was sobbing that I left early and ruined her day. She also texted me to tell me the money I had gifted her was nowhere near the cost of hosting me. So we don't talk anymore. Update, I'm getting married. My fiance proposed last week. We are both gonna wear suits and Bridezilla ain't invited. OP was there for 8 hours, a whole work day. If she stayed any longer, then the Bridezilla would have had to start paying overtime. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe and turn on the bell or you'll be running on fumes. See you in the next video.